Hello, my name is Eric Reikenis, and I'm running for the City of Port St. Lucie City Council, District 1. I am a native Floridian, born and raised in Palm Beach County, moved to Port St. Lucie 17 years ago in 2009. I had every intention to go back to Palm Beach County, but ended up falling in love with it, with Port St. Lucie when I got here. I got here when affordability was far better in Port St. Lucie. I currently serve on the Planning and Zoning Board as the Chair Pro Tem. I've served on the Planning and Zoning Board for the City of Port St. Lucie for the last 4 years. I was part of the Redistricting Committee in 2020. I'm a volunteer and licensed soccer coach here at the PSL Hurricanes. I currently serve every Sunday morning at Calvary Chapel, either between the parking team or the kids ministry. I've been very involved in my volunteering with the Humane Society of St. Lucie County, and I just enjoy giving back and serving my community. How do I think the proposed tax reform will affect this position? First and foremost, let me say that in the city council position, I'm in favor of any way we can keep money in the taxpayers' pockets. Affordability is an issue for the entire population right now. And so, however, we can keep money in the pockets of the taxpayers is something that I would definitely want to consider and embrace. But I do feel that the proposed tax reform will affect the city council position in the fact that it might generate a whole lot less revenue for the city and thus affect how the budgets and tax revenues and services that we can provide our citizens for sure. Um, so if we are going to look at reducing the revenue for the city of Port St. Lucie in the form of tax revenue, we will have to figure out where else we can generate revenue in order to provide the same services for the citizens of Port St. Lucie. How can I ensure infrastructure needs are met going forward? This is an incredible question, and the city council position is directly responsible for ensuring infrastructure needs are met for all the citizens. We just reviewed the comprehensive plan of the Planning and Zoning Board meeting last night, and the population growth is projected to be incredible. We've already exceeded the 260,000 population mark as it is. So I think the most important thing as far as providing for infrastructure is making sure that the developers who are putting in new rooftops or commercial development are providing and doing more than their fair share for the infrastructure, providing for schools, roads, and all the other infrastructure needs that will provide for our population moving forward for the next 20, 30, 50 years. So I've been serving my community for the last 17 years since I've been here, either at my church, at the Humane Society, on the soccer field, or at the city. And I feel like I've been called to serve at the next level. I feel compelled to serve my community, and I believe that the city council position is a servant position. We need to serve our community. So I would greatly appreciate your support. I think I bring a lot to the table with my experience on the Planning and Zoning Board and the Redistricting Committee, as well as in the real estate world and the amount of time I've spent working for and with our citizens over the past 17 years. And I would greatly appreciate your support.